Hey guys, I'm Trish, and this is meant to be a matte, neutral, very light, wearable, fall-inspired makeup tutorial. I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and let's get started. I'm going to start with my Dior Backstage Face and Body Primer. And I'm just going to put my hair back and look like little boy going off to war. I'm going for like a medium coverage. Now that I look like a leper, let's go ahead and blend it out. I'm using my Real Techniques brush. This is the Expert Face Brush. So I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape as a conceal and also to prime my lids for eyeshadow. And the look that I'm doing today, as I mentioned, is kind of a fall transitional makeup. I haven't worn makeup in a while, and so I might get a little carried away on the eyes. And before I know it, I'm like, ah! We'll see if that happens today or not. I can't really tell you yet. Going in with my, I think this is a Real Techniques sponge, and blending that out. One benefit of this quarantine and pandemic has been that since I haven't been wearing makeup, my focus has really been on skincare, like very, very heavily on skincare. And so it's funny because going in to do my makeup today, I'm like, oh wow, like there's really not that much to conceal or cover up because I've been taking such good care of my skin during all of this. I guess that's one bonus. Let's do a little bit of contour. So I don't want it to be like too crazy, but I also know that in photos, I like my contour a little bit heavy-handed because my face just tends to photograph and film very chubbily. So let's go in with this is the Lancome stick foundation technically, but I bought it in a dark color. It's a really nice consistency, very buttery, very creamy, and I'm gonna just go ahead and apply these as my contour. So I like doing a cream contour as kind of like the initial layer, and then I'll go in with a powder consistency contour in a slightly more cool tone shade after this. And I'm using my Sephora brush. This is the 95, and it's kind of a diffusing brush. Alright, so now I'm going to start on the eyes. I'm going to use a combination of two palettes. I'm going to use this Chocolate Gold by Too Faced. One of my faves looks like this. And then I think I'm also going to use the James Charles palette because it's got some really pretty fallish colors in here as well. For the base, I know that I would like to use this combination of two. The lightest color here, which is called Rollin' in Dough, and then this kind of taupey color here called So Bougie. So I'm going to pick up a Real Techniques brush, and this is their base brush, and I'm going to go in first with that lighter color Rollin' in Dough. And I'll just place that more towards the center of my eye and kind of bring it up to create a little bit more light and open up my eye. Next I'm going to go in with that taupier color here called So Bougie, and going to place that towards the outer corner and taking it very lightly into the crease. And while we're just starting to create this kind of almond shape around my eye, I'm going to take that same color, So Bougie, and I'm going to take it right underneath my eye. Okay, and as I said, I'm going to try to keep this eye not super intense for today, even though I'm really excited about doing my makeup. I'm going to try not to go too freaking ham on it. So let's put this palette away for a second and return to our Big Daddy James Charles over here. Okay, let's see. So from here, I'm trying to keep this more cool toned look. So the next color that I'm going to go in with is going to start to build up the intensity. And I don't know what it's called, but it's this color way over here in the corner. Alright, so I'm going to tap this off a little bit on my hand because these colors are very highly pigmented and I don't want too much right off the bat. So let's just take this right into the crease here. I'm still using the same Real Techniques base brush. It's got a nice shape, it's very easy to use, so I usually end up using this brush for like most of my eye. And let's do the same thing that we did with that So Bougie color. I'm taking this James Charles kind of taupe that's slightly darker, and I'm also just going to bring this right underneath my lower lash line. All right, we're getting somewhere. The next color is where we start to get into a little bit more of the pumpkin season and fall vibes, which we all die for. I think I'm gonna use these two colors. Okay, so going in with that lighter one, again, same brush, tap off a little bit of the pigment on my hand, and I'm gonna take this color right into the crease. Oh, my AC just went off, so you can hear me messing around with my little brush jar here. All right, so with my fresh brush, with nothing on it, I'm gonna blend out very, very gently what I already have laid down. And once we're nice and blendy, I'm going to take this color right here. It's almost a camel, and I'm gonna place it right on my lid. The next thing that I'm going to do is actually try to do a really soft and diffused wing before I layer on any more of my shadow. I'm just using like a dark taupey brown to do this. Let's see. And if this video were edited in real time, this would be the longest part of the entire tutorial. Sometimes if I'm not in the mood to just sit here and tediously like draw on my wing and make sure they're as even as possible, I'll just put tape on either eye and just do it super fast and then peel the tape off and it's done. So you can always use tape. It's not cheating. Like, I don't think anybody really enjoys sitting here and tediously doing a wing, so you can always go that route. Okay, let's just leave that be for now. I'm gonna intensify the outer corners of my eyes a little bit more, and this is where I'm gonna come in with this darker, it's kind of like a almost purplish mauve, not quite maroon, not quite brown, and we'll bring it right into the outer corner here. And I'm going very, very light-handed on all of these colors because, as I mentioned, they are pretty pigmented, and I'm not trying to have like the heaviest of eyes for today's look. See, I was about to go for a slightly shimmery shade there, and I just stopped myself because I think it would take it just a little bit over the edge, and I am trying to go for a more matte, almost like 90s supermodel vibe look today, so no shimmer. Just a little bit more of that kind of darker khaki color here and go right underneath my lash line with it. Now I'm pulling out my favorite Smashbox Cali Contour. This has all of my powder contour that I need, and I use this like gray tone here. This is the BH Cosmetics number 8 brush, and I'm going to use this to just lightly contour my nose using that same gray color from my Cali Contour palette. Pretty crazy how like much the camera can really distort your face, especially because it like flips everything around from the way you're kind of used to looking at yourself. Things like my nose look huge on camera, and then in person I'm like, I don't really feel like I have a big nose, but I don't know, maybe I do. All right, very quickly I'm gonna go in and do a little bit of this Revlon Color Stay Brow Lights. This is kind of cool. It's a two-toned pencil, and it almost has like a cool toned darker shade for your brows, and then it has a little pop of this almost like a brow highlighting shade, which I haven't really seen from other brands, and I think it gives it a little bit more dimension to your brows when the light hits them. And instead of being one solitary color, I think it makes them look a little bit more real and dynamic with the two-toned. And the cool thing about this Revlon brow stick is it comes with this like little tiny mini kabuki brush on it, so you can kind of blend and brush everything up after. I'm gonna apply a tiny bit of highlight to the inner corners of my eyes, and to do that I'm gonna use this little tiny brush. I don't even know where it's from, but I think I just got it from Target, and I'm gonna use from the Cali Contour palette this really pretty like cream colored shimmer color, and I swear this is like the only shimmer that I'm gonna put on my eyes for this look. Everything else is matte, baby. Oh. Okay, for mascara, I'm applying the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara. I've kind of come back to her after years. And you can, of course, apply false lashes. I'm not going to today just because I'm going for a little bit more of a natural look and a little bit less intensity than what false lashes tend to provide. And this mascara is pretty awesome. I mean, for what, $7 or whatever it is. I'm going to do my blush now. I'm using an oldie but a goodie. This is the NYX Silky Rose. It's such a beautiful color. And highlighter, Stila Kitten. I'm gonna use my little fan brush here. This is the BH Cosmetics #1, and I like this because it is quick and easy. All right, last but not least, I'm doing my lips. I'm using my Chantecaille lip definer in the color Tone. And then to set that in, I'm going to use this Morphe lipstick, and this is in the color Single AF. And there you have it. Give it a try and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.